Let's wander into the med bay then, and we'll have a look what's going on in here. It should be fairly well equipped, I would have thought, considering it's for a space station and we're isolated. It's a bit of a mess in here. Not too bad though. Although I'm kind of hoping that the med bay is personally manned rather than also being run by the AI. When I know they do. Oh, that's a bit weird. I know you can get. We've done surgeries now that have been done basically in automated fashion. Some keyhole surgeries, standard ones. But you know, I not because of the horror aspect of the game, but the fact that certain operations, I think I'd be happier if it was a person doing it. I mean, what if you were... That's a bit of a mess. What if you were getting a bit of dental work done when the AI decided to go mad? That's a very horrifying thought for you, isn't it? That's comparable to the eyeball surgery scene in Dead Space. By the way, if you don't know what I'm referring to there, don't Google eyeball surgery scene in Dead Space. You'll thank me for it. Just in case you haven't seen that. You probably have, though. This being the internet. Yeah, but I think for a lot of people, dental surgery done by a crazy AI will be as bad, if not worse. When I'm not bothered by the dentist, but I had some dental work done recently. Actually, that refers to my holiday I did while I was away. I was in India. For those of you who don't know, I was visiting family out there. My wife's Indian, so we go out every few years to see the Rellies. And while I was there, not because luckily I wasn't having any particular problems. It wasn't like one of those horrible holiday disasters where suddenly you've got raging toothache one day or some other awful problem, like you've bashed your face on something and you get worried because I'm in a foreign country. Oh my goodness, you know, who's this? Boone Lefont. Boone, you have a fantastic name, chum. You know, what's going to happen? Is my shirt's going to cover and all the rest of it? No, nothing like that. Apart from this, I'm staying with family. And in fact, the dentist that did it for me was a friend of the family, a friend of my brother-in-law. So even better. I guess slightly nerve-wracking for him. But he was a very good dentist. It was just minor stuff. It was just a few fillings. I'm terrible. I don't go to the dentist or anything like that. Or the GP or the doctor. I'm a typical man in that case. I just tend to ignore things, which is very bad. It is really, really bad. It's not a thing you should do at all. If you've got a problem, get it looked at. Even that really itchy, but you know the one I mean. Anyway. So I thought I'd get myself checked while I was there. I haven't been to the dentist for years and years, and found I had a few fillings in there. In fact, my wife had some done as well. But in fact, while I was in there, while he was looking at her teeth, I sat in the sort of little office area, and doctors and things, they have little charts and things that the reps give them and other things on there. Information charts. He had that little flip chart on the desk, and I flipped through it. And I kind of wish I hadn't. It was a flip chart of things that the dentist can do with and to your teeth, or to where your teeth were, or to remove your teeth. So everything from, just how they do fillings, which is interesting stuff, to veneers and things, where they replace entire teeth, or they give you shiny new artificial teeth over your stubs, so they always look perfect. He's like, what's a crisp packet? Still photoshopped, unfortunately. But there we go. And while I was there, I looked at they got more horrifying as you went through the flip chart. One of the sections was on root canals, and they dig inside your teeth. And in fact, appropriately enough, after I had my teeth checked, and the dentist told me one of my fillings was really bad, he said I was a few months away. Who's this, by the way? Hello, you tried to get out? Ivan or Ivan? Ivan Christopher! Ivan, you nearly made it, chum. I think the door was locked. I think the AI locked the doors on you. You were never going to get out. I'm sorry. You were all doomed. Anyway. Yeah, he said that I was 6 months away from, it being a root canal. And it's a pause for thought. It's a bit nerve-wracking. And it, you know, and a couple of times while he was doing my fillings, one of them was quite bad. He sort of went into the. I know it's turned into a dental story. It's like what I did on my holidays. I'm sorry. I just thought it was interesting. Interesting stuff. Maybe, mute it. Mute the volume if you're not interested. Why are you listening anyway? You're not listening to my usual drivel. He said, no, while he was doing it, you know, while he was doing my filling, one of them was quite bad. It sort of went into the top of one of my molars and out to the side, which was fairly horrifying. I poke at it every now and then. I can still feel like a very slight dip where the filling is. It's going to give me an ulcer at some point. While he was doing it a few times, you know, they give you the injection, and usually it works okay. But it was sometimes they have to give you a little bit of extra juice, just to make sure you're properly numbed, because they can't tell otherwise. And part of the way through, he was drilling into this hole, and in my chops, and he said, it was a little bit painful. I could feel it a little bit, and I was a bit ow, 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 you know. And he said, okay, well, we'll give you. It's all right, don't worry about it. We'll give you another shot, and he did. So that was great, because that's the skill there, the dentist. It's not just shut your face and get on with it. He has empathy. You know, he understands. He's thinking, okay, you've not had enough injection. Have some more, fella. There you go, no problem at all. Empathy. But if there was a droid doing your fillings, would it feel the same way? Forget whether it's psychotic or not. Who left this drawer? What's in here? Oh my God! It's like, is this the knife drawer? It's full of them. Can I get them out of here? Oh God! What? Why? Okay, I'll be nice about dentists, but what are these doing in here? Pizza slice. No, that's a drill. Oh, look at that! That's a proper dental instrument. A bit big, maybe, but a proper dental instrument, isn't it? Really, that's the sort of thing a dentist would use. How did they get that? Was that one of these with the bit missing? It looks like it does, doesn't it? It looks like one of the pizza cutters with a bit missing. That's probably not dental. That's more like for doing your toast in the morning. What is this? What's this one? That's another drill. Oh, it's a bit of a longer one, isn't it? Isn't that longer than the other one? Oh God, this is horrifying. Good job, Car Thief. You've done a good horror story here, friend. Have you done this? They might have be rubbish, these ones in here, but I'm going to get rid of them anyway. Just for the horror factor. Who was this? How were you done, chump? We don't even know how you were done. Oh, well, you might be covered in pizza slices because I knocked them out of the drawer. Or maybe you were pizza sliced to death. One of those little droids turned up, scuttled over the desk, and proceeded to divide you into six family portions. Oh, nearly. What a mess. I didn't even see your name. I'm sorry. I'll check in a minute after I stuck you in the furnace. Anyway, yes, so the dentist, you know, they have empathy. They understand what it must be like to have your teeth drilled. Whereas droids, maybe you'd have to program that in, wouldn't you? Customers, patients feeling a bit uncomfortable, maybe you should give them another jab. And that'd be pretty horrifying if that went wrong. Anyway, I think we're nearly done in here, aren't we, really? You know, actually, I was just starting to talk about this place as if it was a dentist. It isn't, of course, a dentist. It is a surgery. I'm just distracted. Distracted by my own mental narrative. Who was this down here? Yuri Bishop. Yuri. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you were evenly sliced into 6 delicious portions. Does anybody out there not do 6 portions? Is it sort of natural just to go pizza, either roll it up and stuff it in your face because you're on your own, or what's the word for that? What's the word for it when they roll a pizza up? There's a dish for that, isn't it? What's that called? I can't think of it. I have them all the time. I've forgotten about what it's called. Delicious. I love them. A bit like when you roll an omelette, you know. Oh dear. Who's been disassembled over here? And not the Johnny Fireman. Yeah, as I was saying, is there anybody out there who doesn't divide their pizza into 6 pieces? You know, or to stuff it in your face? Is that sort of natural? Go, you know, star shape. Well, I think it would be one of those things. One of those things for crazy surveys that you see on Twitter or online. Did you know that 75% of people don't divide their pizza into even pieces? They deliberately make some bits smaller than the others, so they get a bigger share. That's not right anyway. If you do that, what you should do, if you divide a pizza up, you should then say, okay, like a cake, which bit do you want? And then you can get interesting double bluffs and everything else. You can put your hand up a part of the side of the pizza so they can't see actually how big this bit of pizza slice is. And other shenanigans. And, oh, for goodness sake! Look, this is not funny. This is not the amazing Bino with his juggling content. Stop it! Stop. Happy? Well, I haven't got a flare. There's no damn flares in here, is there? Remember that last time? Sticking the flares in to get the... There might be some flares in the storage room, but I don't think it's going to happen in here. What is that for? That's unpleasant. How big a wound do you want to hold open for that? Someone over here... Is this a separate room? It's like a little anteroom, isn't it? Well, not an anteroom. Anteroom is leading into somewhere. A little separate room where the droids have had a bit of fun over here. They've a bit of fun time in the back room here. A bit of time on their own to really get to grips with the human physiology. Oh, for pity! I know I could have turned it. I'm just making a goddamn mess of it. I probably shouldn't have brought a bucket back here. It's almost certain I'm going to knock it over now, but... There we go. This place is very cluttered, isn't it? Very cluttered indeed. It'd be a nightmare to work in here. You'd be... Oh, goodness. You'd be constantly climbing up onto benches in some strange athletic manner. You'd be constantly banging into things, wouldn't you? You'd be constantly barking your shins and your knees and everything back here. But there you go. We're in a space station. Space is probably at a premium, as it usually is. I've seen pictures of the ISS. I wonder if after a while you'd be able to start getting a... You know, once you've got a space station established, can you be a bit more relaxed about how big it is and how much space is inside? I mean, you've got to keep the thing up there, so it's got to keep on moving. But is it, you know, what's the returns like on having bigger equipment up there? Does it make a lot of difference if you start adding more modules and space? Getting them up there's the problem. But what if you've already got your space station up there, and you've already started launching off, I don't know, automated probes or something, or mining systems off to the asteroids or wherever else? Oh dear. And you can get supplies coming in fairly easily without the cost of getting them out of the gravity well of Earth. If you can do that, does it then result that you can make your space station quite big, actually, quite big and roomy, because you've got the supplies coming in, and I presume you're making them into something. You know, how does it work with space stations? And what about, you've got low Earth? I mean, the ISS is low Earth, isn't it? I see. I've never really thought about these things particularly before. It's low Earth. All you Kerbal experts out there, low Earth orbit. Does it need to be low Earth orbit? I mean, can you not move it a bit further out? I know you've got to be shielded by the magnetic field and everything else, but does it have to be that close? I don't know. I don't know some of the choices about... You hear lots of things about that space station, and you can find lots of things about it, but I don't think that's one that I've ever thought about before. Don't know. Anyway, yeah. I'm sorry. My mouse again. It's not. Oh, it's not the battery. I've lost a crisp packet now, haven't I? No, it's there. I've got a wireless mouse, and for some reason, it's a slightly newer one. It just, every now and then, it just turns itself off. It's not lack of use. It just decides to stop communicating, and I have to click. Usually what I do is I click the right mouse button. It doesn't always work that well in Viscera. It works well in something like an FPS. Oh, achievement! Bins! Limbs! Yeah, thank you for that achievement. I'm still picking up the achievements, although I've played the game a long time. The achievements were introduced a long time after I started playing the game. So there you go. Thank you, Bin Dispenser. You're an asset, as usual. The operative word there being ass. Right. Do I actually need? I don't think I actually need this in here. I think I can use the bucket that I've got to carry out. Ow! See, look, you're straight into that, right in the chest. And look at that one. That's another one. You'd be bending down here, and you'd look up, and you'd clonk your head on it. No fun at all. Yeah, this bucket's nearly full. Who's been eating crisps back here anyway? We can't blame that on the droids. They've made a bit of a mess. I'll give you that. But they have not been dumping Chinese food packets. Also, this is not really a very doctor-friendly... Actually, it adds a touch of home, I guess. But this is not a very medically approved side table and lamp. I don't know, it's a bit of a hazard. Bit of a... Oh, I see you. Cheeky sausage. Bit of a cleanliness hazard there. Right. Oh! We'll have to look out for the storage space. Excuse me. Very sorry about that. Burping on the... How unprofessional. Belching on recording. We'll look out for storage of these boxes in the storage area. I think we're done. Oh, see, it's done it again. See, I'm wiggling my mouse, and it's decided to turn itself off. I'm gonna have to get a new mouse, basically, aren't I? It wasn't the most expensive mouse in the world, but it's a little bit annoying. Get myself a new wireless mouse. Never mind. Oh, I've got no reflection. Yet again, I am a vampire. I've got some saws. I don't think we need the bone saws. It's not a good place to store them either. We're going to slam one of these cupboards hard, and it's going to come down and slice your ear off. This place is a disaster waiting to happen. Health and safety nightmare. It really is. And yet I hate the crisp packets. Can you not even just screw them up a bit more than that? You could make that as a mechanic, couldn't you, actually? You could do that as a mechanic in the game. You could take the crisp packets... and the drinks cans possibly as well. And you could you'd do like a right click or something. Stop it, mouse. Do a right click, and it would squash it. Ah, this is going to drive me around the bend. It's going to drive me around the bend. What is wrong with you, mouse? You could squash it and then put it in the bin so it's nice and compact. It's not a bad idea. I know it takes away some of the point of buying mouse. I'm going to say a bad word in a minute. I'm already thinking bad words, but I'm trying not to say them. It would take away some of the aspect of the game, which is that the game, as we know, the game is supposed to be a pain in the bum. And you are supposed to struggle with certain things because they're awkward. But the crisp packets are a bit much. I mean, I can understand the clipboards are annoying, but crisp packets are eminently crunchable. They shouldn't be causing that much trouble. Should they really? Well, slowly but surely we are making progress back towards the entrance area. And of course the turrets... We haven't seen a dispenser yet, have we, for new turrets, but the turrets will be one of the last things we'll do, of course, because we're not silly. Mop this a little bit. I'll keep working our way back. I'm really keen to see that barricade room as well and try and break my way in there. That's gonna be fun. So I think the plan will still be we'll head back that way. We'll do the entrance area. Then we'll do the barricaded room, which seems to have two entrances to it. Get off of there. Oh, this was Mr. Stabby, wasn't he? He had a knife in his... clutched his hand before someone shot him down here. Haven't found the laser yet. Car Thief hasn't hidden it. If I say that at some point in the level, just ignore me, okay? He hasn't hidden it. I just haven't found it yet, okay? I don't have to write to Car Thief again and say, could you tell me where the laser is, please? Because I'm an idiot. Oh, dear. Did that go in? Did it? It did go in. Okay, good stuff. Right. Are you Bits? You are Bits. Let's get you in here then, Bits. Good stuff. Haven't found the laser, haven't found the dispenser. Yeah, so we'll do that, and then we'll head back, and we'll do the storage rooms, and then the lounge will be last. I think that will be the way to go. Because, as I say, the lounge is a bit big. Bit of a problem, possibly. Ah! And I'm swinging around the mouse a bit wildly. Maybe I could find an old... Here's a radical thought. Maybe I could find an old mouse that isn't wireless. I mean, it isn't really necessary. It's a bit convenient, isn't it, really? It's just convenience. I mean, sometimes you don't need... Who's this, by the way? Hans Spade. There you go there, comrade. Yeah, sometimes you need a wireless mouse because of where you're operating. And really, I mean, a cable dragging down the back of my desk to my tower, which is underneath the desk, is a bit awkward. That's mostly because my desk is a god-awful mess. By the way, Oh, Hans was. We found the crisp muncher. Hans was done mid-munch. Look, he was still busy with his crisp packet when he was grabbed by Stabby over there and sliced into his component parts. Get in there, crisp packet. Good stuff. Okay, yeah, we're nearly back. Nearly back. Okay, so I've cleared up the majority of the bullet casings around here. Oh, that was not what I expected. I thought you were going to whole body. Never mind. I've also brought the light over here. It's a little dark. I think it's possibly because of the glare in my office as opposed to the level. But it does seem very dark here. For some reason I don't quite know why. How did you die, by the way? Were you simply torn apart by gunfire? There were a lot of cases of here. I thought most people were running that way when they got shot. But I don't know. I can't see a weapon. But I can't see damn all over here at all, really. It's rather frustrating. There's some more limbs over here. Are they your limbs or somebody else's? Well, they were. Thoroughly splattered. No, it's somebody else's. It's a different suit. Oh, goodness. Let's get you... dragging on the floor. Let's get you back over this way, shall we? Put you in the furnace. There are a lot of people as well in here, aren't there? I haven't seen many... beds yet. Have I seen it? No, there actually are bunks up there. There are bunks in the next room. So it isn't that... I was about to say that people must have been constantly, you know, on hotbeds, you know what I mean? Where you, like on a submarine, where you've, you know, one person leaves the bed, the other person's getting in, pretty much, because of how the shifts work. But I don't think so. I think I'm being a bit harsh there. I think there are enough beds. They're just all through there, that room over there. Oh, there's two rooms here, isn't there? This is the... oh, goodness. This is the sofa room over here, where the telly is. Oh, what? Nope, nope. We are being a bit funny today. Been a bit glitchy. Let's take things even slower, shall we? I mean, I can't see... Can you see... I bet you can't see anything at all, can you? Because you're on YouTube. And therefore it's automatically darker than everything else. But I can't see a darn thing over here. Let's get the light over here. Oh, there's a cup there. I wouldn't be surprised if I'd missed that. Let's get you in there now. And I think there's some bits on that table over there, isn't there? Next to the boombox. Oh, here we go. Amy Pablo. So that's who the person was slumped against the pillar. There are quite a number of bodies over here, so let's take this over here. Still haven't seen the checkout machine. I guess it's probably through there. Maybe? Don't know. That's where the fuse box type thingy was. I couldn't work out what it was at the start. Yeah, you've been shot, haven't you? So, okay. So you were got by the turrets. And there's some blood splatters that I missed. That explains that. Oops. There are some more organs down here. Yeah, these floor plates are annoying. It's like the rust level. Rust station. Oh, good, I've done it again anyway. No, that's the wrong bucket. Here we go. Okay, very annoying though. I can't see it. Can't see properly over here.